Speed in a sea of mud. These bottle-toting bandits with high-dollar race cars and driving styles fitting the names emblazoned on the fiberglass have gathered in western Georgia to see who's the baddest of the bunch. Coming up next, it's the top mud racers in the world in a mudslinging shootout. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the all-stars of NMRO Mud Racing. Welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power on the Nashville Network. Today we come to you from Franklin, Georgia for the NMRO Deer Creek Nationals. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Lee alongside Army Armstrong. This facility is only 2 years old, but it's responsible for making this sport very popular in this part of the country.
Well, Gary, as we travel around the country, there are definitely areas that are hotbeds. Like on Sunday night in my part of the country, everybody goes sprint car racing at Hobbside, Indiana. You go drag racing at Union Grove, Wisconsin. But when you're down south on Saturday night, it looks like mud racing seems to be making inroads, and we've got a unique situation here because it is starting to get dark, the air is starting to get real heavy, and the drivers are worried about how they're going to make the horsepower this evening.
It will be cold, so we'll bundle up and come back for all the action after these messages. Darkness has settled over western Georgia. We're at Deer Creek Motorsports Park here in Franklin for the paddle tire competition, the NMRO Deer Creek All-Star Nationals. And Tom Mintz will be the first one up in a vehicle that he co-owns with his dad and also Ron Olson. It's a 32 Ford Roadster with a big Keith Black power plant.
You know, Gary, the scenario here is kind of strange. All the drivers hate to see this guy going first in the class because the track is relatively smooth.
Great run.
Whoa, what a
I
shot.
guess it's a great one. A new track record, 2.65.
Almost a new world record. Missed a world record by only 1/100th of a second. Gary Lee, that could be the kiss of death for the rest of this field.
Well, he got a great hole shot, takes it out the end, 2.65. Let's watch again as Tom Mintz comes right at you out of Paxton, Illinois, and he has something for them all to shoot for. They're going to knock off the very best here this evening if they hope to win in Franklin, Georgia. Well, Army Tom has to be ecstatic.
Well, it all starts off with an awesome 265 blast. That had to feel good.
Oh, man, the car just went straight as an arrow. Felt good, power all the way, front wheels up. I just can't say enough to thank my dad and Ron Olson for giving me the power and the help as it took.
Get back here and have a good seat because everybody's coming after you now.
Yeah.
Track record at 2.65, but coming up, another member of the 2-second club. The crowd is on hand. They are ready to watch the instant tee of Chad Miller out of Vandalia, Ohio. He has a 509 cubic inch Rodec power plant in that cute little Roadster.
27 Ford Roadster on a relatively smooth track. Let's see what Chad can do. Backpedaled on it, Gary. I wonder why he did that.
3.08. I'm sure he'd like to have that run back again.
Yeah, about the 75-foot mark, he burped the throttle. Watch the rear, watch it settle down. He burps it again. But boy, that cost him. And he still goes at 3.08.
Well, in most cases, it's a good run, but not quite fast enough when you're going after a track record. And now here is Enos Thomas, part of a father-son combination in mud racing out of Grovetown, Georgia. And this is Mad Max.
Enos has been along this sport for a long, long time, around the sport for a long time. He runs under the sponsorship of the Sonny's Engine Combination out of Virginia. Now, what Keith Black is to horsepower on the West Coast, Sonny's is on the East Coast.
Let's see how much horsepower he has. 2.93, another member of the 2-second club, but still not quick enough to eclipse the 2.65 that belongs right now to Tom Mintz.
Okay, now that's a naturally aspirated engine, meaning it does not run a supercharger, but he does run a nitrous oxide, Gary.
And here is a unique creation. This is Michael Atkins in the Stinger Dragster out of Orlando, Florida.
Last year, this vehicle held the world record for 2-wheel drive. He jumps up to 4-wheel drive. Wow.
Good run at 286.
They're loving the night air down here, aren't they, Gary?
High humidity, moisture in the air, making for more horsepower. But once again, the philosophy for Mike is a bit different. He wants the downforce on the rear end, lifts the front end up. For all intent and purposes, it's a 2-wheel drive vehicle.
Exactly, Gary, and it works.
Coming right at you. Now watch as he picks up speed. The front end lifts up and skates across the mud.
might be seeing a whole lot more of that in the future because it really seems to be working for him. So now we go back to a good old-fashioned 4x4. They call it the Great Grandmother, Gary.
Stephen Price, he is the driver out of Meridian, Mississippi. And once again, he gets the front end up in the air a bit and gets across the dirt at 2.97, 297. Now remember that 2-second club. Anytime you can break 3 seconds over 200 feet, you're doing something
Yeah,
right.
that's equivalent in the sport of drag racing of a 4-second run. You know, it's awesome.
Well, let's talk to Stephen Price.
Stephen, a 297 puts you fourth quick, and in this field, that's not bad at all.
I'm pleased with the time. Got a good bite on the starting line. Car drives great. I'd like to thank TCI and the 4-wheel drive center. We got a great car. Having a great time.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.